Hi Libra, this is going to be your love message for the 4th through the 7th or 8th of November. Good for Sun, Rising, Moon, Venus, Mercury placement of Libra. As always, keep in mind this is a general reading, so don't try to make this fit if it's not your story, because it's general, okay? If you're new, this is a channel just for Libra and Sagittarius, so welcome, subscribe, and hit the bell if you have Libra and Sag in your chart. I read for you here every couple days. You can catch readings for all 12 zodiac signs on my other channel called Soma Chandra Tarot, where I read from Aries to Pisces. Link to my website for private one-on-one readings is also down in the description below. All right, let's begin. Spirit wanted me to kind of do a you versus the environment and then clarify, looking at some oracle messages as well. So I feel like someone's going to shake things up here. I think that you're going to shake things up from the Super Future Fortune Awesome deck, which has been calling me a lot recently, is the Blender and the Rider. The house is at the bottom of the deck. The house is often about going somewhere and visiting someone. It could be about moving to a new house, someone coming to stay, where to live. But with the Blender and the Rider, it's like a new adventure awaits. But in order to start this new journey, you're going to shake some things up. You're going to shake some things up. And also from the Wisdom of the House of the Night Oracle deck, listening and hope, but then summon because of your own, your own self-worth. I think that you guys are going to take matters into your own hands. I think you've been hoping and waiting and listening for someone to say something to you, and they haven't. So you're like, all right, well, I'm going to make this happen then. Like, I've been listening and I've been hoping, and when I saw summon at the bottom of the deck, I felt immediately like you're saying, well, I have all the power. I can just sit here and wait for someone else to say something to me, or I can just take matters into my own hands. I'm going to shake things up. I'm going to start a new journey. You may go visit someone. It may be about a house or where to live. Also, let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally and then make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So if this is about romantic love for you, I think it's about, I feel like some of you you held back a lot and you tried to control the way a scenario went down, or there was control issues happening that actually were holding you back. Like you held yourself back. And now you're like, okay, someone's going to make the effort to get a relationship of some kind to go to the next level with the summon card and the make the effort and the engagement. Like maybe there were hints dropped, but no one ever, like you didn't hear what you wanted to hear. You just sat there and hoped and listened. And finally you're like, well, if you want something done, you're going to have to do it yourself. I'm going to shake things up. I'm going to make the effort. I also think some of you may realize that you were trying to be controlling in a situation. You might have gotten to the bottom of your deeper motivations and you do kind of like a 180 in how you handle a scenario, I think. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Listening to your intuition. Ooh, the devil. Some of you have spent way too much time alone just brooding over something. Watch out for watching too much tarot, being confused by it, or like feeling stuck in a scenario and not able to really say anything. Let the past go for sure. Someone's looking for direction. And with the Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands, talking about a get-together, a homecoming, or a foundation that can be built upon. Yeah, so they wanted me to do you versus them, and then I felt the need to clarify all of it. So it looked a little complicated, but it's not. I'll go through all of it. Overall energy between you and someone else is the Four of Swords. So maybe a bit of a break, a timeout, some low-key stress. But then we end on the Nine of Swords is high-key stress, which is all about having a conversation about something. And there's a lot of aces on the table. So I feel like something has not, like between you and someone else or between you and your future, there's been a lack of action. Because maybe it was stressful. Maybe someone was sick as well. needed some downtime. Clarifying this, though, is the Magician, the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, here is the summoning, the Aries energy, really wanting to approach someone or something. I feel like because the page is this way, this might be you. Like, I'm going to do something. I want to start a new cycle. This could be a brand new relationship, or just you would like to start some kind of a new cycle. Aries does like the beginning and a honeymoon phase. So it's like, let's recreate a honeymoon phase here. Which has its pitfalls, but not always. Like, let's freshen things up. Let's really do this. I want to open up my heart and talk to you. You want this person to open up their heart and talk, and you're calculated about that. And that's not a bad thing. It's like, well, this isn't going to just magically happen, so I'm going to take matters into my own hands. I think there might be some stress about it. I think this is something that's supposed to be happening and talked about, but it hasn't been. I feel like there's been a lot of beating around the bush between yourself and a person that you're having a relationship with. So Libra, you see yourself as the Lovers and the Two of Cups. Some of you have Gemini in your chart. Perhaps you're connecting to a Gemini. I also have Scorpio on the table, Pisces, Taurus, Aries for sure, some Leo here. So it could be any sign. But I feel like you really know what's right for you. You're looking yourself in the mirror. You want to have a conversation with someone about this. You really know what's right for you. That's how you see yourself. You see yourself as being divinely guided in relationships as well. But I clarified this, and I got the King of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Seven of Pentacles. Some of you are thinking quite a bit about a Gemini. Now, that could be you, the King of Swords, or it could be them. You're drawn to this person. The High Priestess of Feminine is drawn into the King of Swords. He's very smart and very direct, very much like a Queen of Swords is, but this hasn't really gone anywhere. Or like there's not been a lot said, and you're just standing here thinking about this guy quite a bit and the effort you've put in. For my masculine Libras, there may be someone that you kind of chased that you never really caught. If you didn't catch her, it wasn't meant to be, okay? I see you thinking quite a bit about it. For my masculines, it's like thinking about what you've put effort into, listening to your intuition. You feel like you're smart. You feel like you're strong. Libra is king, or this guy is. I think you're really almost like, can I really trust my intuition here? This person is behaving a little differently than you do. Let me cut to the chase. I think it all boils down to what can be afforded and what can't be afforded, quite literally, because I suddenly got a lot of pentacles on the table here. This person sees themselves as the Two of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Whoa. Well, they're avoidant at this time. They have to make a choice. They feel like they need to make a choice here, and it's a difficult choice for them to make. They're at a bit of an impasse. They may be guarded with you and saying, no, I can't make this choice with you right now. This person just may in general feel kind of worn down by life and tested by life in some way. Like, I'm going to make it back to base camp, General, but I need a minute. I need to take a knee. Like, whew. I also notice he's looking at the Two of Swords. Like, this person might have been waiting for you to make a decision of some kind. It's like you're ready to talk about what's right for you and get this person to open up and all that. And they're like, oh, like life is kind of a battlefield for me right now. I wanted to know why. The Eight of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Empress. I'm assuming this is you. If you're, for my masculines or feminines that are dealing with a woman, she has a lot of responsibility. She may be a mother as well. And she's works a lot. This might be an older woman. Something about babies and not being able to have babies anymore. Something like that. Hang on, I'm listening. They're confused. They're overwhelmed. They may be worried about their own mother or mother figure. I also think that this person feels your presence, but doesn't really understand what's going on between the two of you emotionally. I heard this person's a bit in the dark with the moon here. I also just heard that like you've dangled a carrot and dropped a lot of hints, but they heard it but didn't hear it. They're not getting the full picture, but they're getting it enough to know that they want to block it out at the moment. I think it's because it's too overwhelming for them. So the way you're feeling is the Empress and the Queen of Cups. Well, there you are. Some of you, this is a mother figure or a sister. Someone maybe is married. There's a marriage happening. Like some of you are married, hopefully not to someone else. That makes it complicated starting a new relationship if you're married to someone else, you know. I think you're very emotional. I think you have a lot of love to give. I think you bring a lot to the table. That's how you feel. You want to have a serious commitment. There's a lot of fertile ground here for you and a lot of love in your heart. This may be another person that you have a relationship with. Clarifying this, though, is the Knight of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, you seem to think that this would be a risk, but you're concerned about being left out in the cold financially. You're concerned, you hold back. There seems to be a discrepancy about money, and I think you feel a bit impulsive and like you want to take a risk, but you may have held yourself back because you couldn't afford it to move forward. You may be in a scenario that you've stayed in for financial reasons. Yeah. But let me just go right to your actions. The Ace of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. And I clarified this with, Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles. I clarified it with the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Sun. Okay, you are taking matters into your own hands, Libra. You want something that excites you with growth potential. You are also willing to invest in it as well. Or you may need someone to help you invest, but like I just found an opportunity, they're going to pay me really well, or something where there's equal give and take on the table. And you seem to think that it will bring in success, like a happy new job, a new life. You've held back for a while too. And it's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go for it. And I think you're going to approach this person with this new opportunity. This could be like an engagement of like, hey, let's take the relationship to the next level. I have a great idea. I see us being successful together. Or look, I'm getting this new job, or I have this plan. And I think that you want to share this with this person. They're not 100% sure how they feel about it, because in their feelings is the Ten of Wands and the Tower. Okay, this person is like, I don't know what's going on in this person's life, but it's kind of overwhelming for them. And they're burdened. I think they hide their head. I think that they feel like this whole thing is blowing their mind. I also think they kind of don't like to see chaos. This person may have a hard time facing the music about some things. Definitely, because I got some repeating cards. I was like, why? The Two of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. Yeah. You're bringing in a lot of enthusiasm and creativity. You seem to know what's right for you. Yeah, you've held back, but with the Knight of Swords here, I think that you're willing to take a risk. And this person's like, I'm kind of freaking out about you doing that. I'm burdened and I can't face this. And this is like end to the no. Like this I think kind of like freaks them out. And I see that you're willing to take a lead in some way as the Empress or as the King of Swords. Yeah, some of you have held back, but now you're ready to go for it and do something new. And I was like, oh, I see. So their action towards you in this scenario is the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. They're all trapped in their head. They're worried about being left out in the cold. They're worried about having a sense of lack. I wanted to know why. And I got the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, look, here's a truth that they are struggling to see. In order to make something happen between the two of you, you may say to them, we can do this. I'll help you. And they're like, yeah, thanks. I do need the help, but that just traps me all in my head. If you offer to like help them in some way financially, some of you have scrambled your finances around to be able to do this with them. This might be like moving in together, starting a business together. They're like, whoa, I mean, Eight of Swords twice. if you've offered to help a person, they don't know how they feel about it, even though they know that's the best way to go. They don't want to face this. It's making them feel insecure or embarrassed, or they may just, if that's not what you're doing, they may just be concerned about whether or not this Six of Pentacles is going to be enough, because they don't see how, it's like there's an answer here in front of them that they don't want to have to see. They're worried about the money. Libra, watch out for in love bombing or fawning and being overly generous in a situation. It looks like they may need the help, but they feel uncomfortable taking it. Of course, I know most of you aren't doing that, but be careful with that. Like, don't be their mother. You might literally be their mother. But I also think that they're just worried about whether or not this will all really be enough. You know, with the Five of Pentacles here twice, and then the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, because it's like dicey financially. You seem to be optimistic, but they're very trapped in their head. There's something that they struggle to see and accept. And the final outcome is the Nine of Swords. Like, oh my God, this is stressful. Clarifying this is the Fool, the Two of Cups, and Judgment. This is a conversation that wants to be had, but someone's afraid to have it. Very afraid to have this conversation. Like, let's go for it. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. Don't you hear the inner calling? Like, let's talk about this. It's like the final outcome for the next couple of days is, I actually don't know if this conversation will 100% happen, because this is the action, but this is what's underneath. It's like, or if it's been talked about, now that's like someone's got to face the stress of this. Someone's got to face the music about it and face the stress that is going to come with the conversation. I think it's a conversation that you've put off, or they've put off. I mean, it could be towards you, like they could see that they could have all this with you, but they're just afraid to talk to you about it. They're afraid of the next move. They're afraid of the next step. They feel really overwhelmed, and they seem, it's like they feel you here lingering over them. Come and be with me. There's fertile ground with me, but it's almost like they don't know it. They don't trust it 100%. They resist. So, but I feel like you're done just listening and hoping something will happen. I think that you're going to shake things up and say, all right, if I want something done, you're going to make effort. I see you making an attempt, but what you do may make some kind of a change, elicit a change. And that's something that this person might not be ready for yet, even though it's like it could take it to a higher level. Kids could be involved too. We've got Pisces here. There could be a Pisces involved. I kind of want to do an extended reading because I would like to see how this person sees you and get to the bottom of what they really truly want, because there's something that's about to happen here and they're freaking out about it. So let's get to the bottom of that and see what it is they really want with you. I'm not seeing tons of feelings towards you or about you, just the logistics, which are important, but I want to know if there's more to this for them with you. If you feel like you need the extended, the link to that will be at the top of the description below. But that's the next couple days, Libra. I hope it resonates and hope it helps. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Libra. Take care. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.